Assalamu alaikum everyone, how are you doing? Inshallah you're keeping happy, healthy, safe. May Allah make these difficult times easy for us and help us get through it, inshallah. I miss you all. Today inshallah we're going to be talking about a new topic. It's about cleanliness in Islam, and I'm going to be working from the book inshallah. The first two pages of the topic, page 92 and 93, it's a very nice story about the woman who cleaned the house of Allah. I'd like you to read it. It's very nice, from the Seerah of Prophet. You can read it in your own time, inshallah, and during this week. Anyway, I'm going to start with you from page 94, the religion of Islam and cleanliness. The religion of Islam is, and you can look at it from a point of view where you can see that it's all about cleanliness, whether it's cleanliness from the outside or whether it's cleanliness from the inside. I am just as a side note, maybe I shared with you this before, but my mother was born a Christian, and later on she became a Muslim, alhamdulillah. But when people ask her, why did you become a Muslim? And she always used to say this sentence. She used to say, Islam is such a clean religion. It makes me clean, I feel clean. So to understand what she meant by that and understand how important cleanliness is in Islam, we're going to start going through our book, inshallah. The religion of Islam is a religion of cleanliness. Cleanliness is one of the fundamentals of our worship. Yani if you want to pray, you have to be clean, yes? You have to make sure your clothes are clean. You should be standing in a clean place. You need to do wudu first. So it's very, very important. If someone prays without wudu, is their prayer accepted? No, it's not accepted. So it's an essential part of our worship. One of the first commands that came down in the Quran was وَثِيَابَكَ فَطَهِّرْ in Surah Al-Muddathir, and clean your clothes or purify your clothes, was said to the Prophet ﷺ. So it just shows you how important cleanliness is. Also in the hadith, you see here as written by Prophet ﷺ, being clean is half of faith. So half of your faith. So it's a very, very important aspect of our religion. Cleanliness is not just in relation to us, it's also in relation to our environment. So there's an example here of a hadith that the Prophet ﷺ said that a man saw a tree branch on the street, and he said to himself that he made a promise to himself that I'm going to remove this branch away so it doesn't harm people. And the Prophet ﷺ said, and because of this act, when Allah saw that he did this act, he was sent to paradise. So this simple act of taking harm away from the street, keeping it clean, was a reason for him to enter paradise, to show how important it is. Also, in Islam, it's not about just cleanliness from the outside. So there's a very good example. He's talking about an apple. If you find an apple on the floor, you're going to wash it with water before you eat it, yes? Okay, and that would make it clean. But what if the apple was stolen? Would washing it with water still make it clean or make it halal? No. So yeah, it's clean from the outside, but it's not morally clean. So Islam tastes, it's not just like, okay, people could look really good from the outside, but they're really bad on the inside. That wouldn't work. We need a balance. We need both, clean from inside and from out. Clean, our hearts are clean, and so is our body and our clothes and our environment and all of that. In ayah in the Quran, Allah says, Allah in Arabic is Inna Allah yuhibbu tawbin wa yuhibbu al-mutatahhirin. Allah loves those who turn back from wrongdoing, make tawbah. They purify them. They ask Allah to forgive them for their sins, purify their sins from their sins, and He loves those who purify themselves, meaning the ones who are clean. So Allah actually says in the Quran, He loves those who are clean. So this is something, and wouldn't we want to do what Allah loves? So He loves us. Gaining all, there's nothing more valuable than gaining the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is like a small poem here, you can read by yourselves. Okay, so I just want to make a comment here before I move on. Actually, in the last few days, because of this coronavirus and all of that, there's been a lot of stress on doctors and health advisors advising people, clean your hands, make sure you're clean anything you touch. Do it often throughout the day and all of that. And there was someone, I'm not sure if I think he was an American scientist, or maybe not scientist, but on the something to do with the health committee, to do with the virus and all that. He was saying that the instructions of Islam actually, and the instructions of the Prophet ﷺ are actually the same, the instructions that we're given now are even better. And 1,500 years ago, the Prophet ﷺ was teaching us how to be clean. We do wudu minimum of 5 times a day. If you're praying more, you're doing more wudu. You're washing your hands, you're washing your face all the time, you're washing your nose, making sure that if there's anything there, that you're getting rid of it so you're not getting sick. Prophet ﷺ taught us how to clean ourselves before we clean our hands before we eat and after we eat, and he used to always clean his teeth, and all of these actions. It just shows you how amazing Islam is, and also clean ourselves after going to the bathroom. This is something that Muslims are, if you look at the state of the world and how a lot or most of non-Muslims clean themselves, especially in countries like the UK and Australia or the US, and how Muslims can clean themselves. I mean, they just use 90% of the time they just use tissue. And if you've seen I don't know, if you've seen what's been happening because of this virus, people are going out and buying all of these toilet rolls and going crazy about tissue because they're worried. But for Muslims, tissue's nowhere near enough to clean ourselves properly. We need to clean ourselves with water first, and then tissues to dry ourselves. But just show you, the differences and how Islam puts a high emphasis on being clean, and how it's the perfect religion, and no one can come with anything better than Islam. Okay, so it's talking about different kinds of cleanliness. So we're going to go through very quickly, give some examples. It should be very easy. Physical cleanliness. Okay, so we shouldn't have urine on us, we shouldn't have feces on us, or blood or pus or things like that. So we should, if anything like that is on us, we should clean ourselves. Physical things are the things that we can see. Physical meaning things that you can see or you could touch. In our environment also should be clean. For example, keeping one's hands clean. So we know if hands are not clean, especially if you're going to go and eat with hands are not clean, maybe you've got germs on it, you can easily get sick. So we should always be washing our hands before we eat and after we eat. Going to the bathroom, and another behavior that's can be seen a lot by people, a lot of non-Muslims as well. I say non-Muslims, a lot of them are clean too, but they don't actually have like this rule to follow like we do. Like we know that we have to clean ourselves. We know we have to wash ourselves. We know that we can't have urine on us or anything like that, and we have to wash our hands. It's an obligation of our religion, and we have to do wudu, and we can't pray if we're not clean, etc. So after going to the bathroom, we have to wash our hands, make sure they're clean, wash them with water and soap. A lot of people who don't have these instructions, they will go to the bathroom and they will they will not use water at all. They won't wash their hands. They'll just go straight out, and they have to have these signs reminding people, wash your hands, wash your hands. But as a Muslim, if you're following Islam properly, you don't need anyone to tell you. You're going to be following the example of the Prophet ﷺ and making sure you're clean, keeping the face clean. So if you're washing your face at least 5 times a day, if you're making wudu. Again, this is something very unique to Muslims. It helps to keep you energized. If you're sleeping right now while you're watching the video, go wash your face and come back. So, sorry about that. So yeah, it keeps us energized. Keeping the mouth and teeth clean. This is also very important. We don't want cavities. It can actually cause us to get sick. If there's bacteria in your mouth and it travels down, it can make you sick. And what did the Prophet ﷺ do? Prophet ﷺ always used to, it's not written here, okay, Prophet ﷺ always used to keep his mouth clean. He always used to use the miswak. I'm sure you know, like it's like a piece of wood. It has like a special scent to get from a tree. And he used to always brush his teeth with it, keeping clean. So this is something also recommended. And Prophet ﷺ actually said, if it wasn't too difficult for you, I would order you to do that for every prayer, that we brush our teeth for every prayer. So this just shows you. He didn't want to make it difficult. He didn't want to make it like an obligation on us, so he didn't tell us to do so, but it's very highly recommended. Our nails. As Muslims, we can't go around with these long nails that gather all these germs and bacteria underneath and this and that. No. Okay, so as we were saying, being able to go to the bathroom, having a bathroom in our own homes is a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And okay, so let's move on. Keeping our clothes clean. Yeah, our clothes should be clean. As a Muslim, you should. Or it doesn't matter if you don't have many clothes. But what you do have should be clean. So if it's getting dirty, if your sweat is showing, a smell is coming from your clothes or something like that, you should definitely be changing your clothes and washing them and keeping them clean. Food and drink clean. We should wash like fruits and veg and stuff like that before we eat. Before we eat it, we should try and make sure that it's clean. We should wrap things up, cover things up, especially at night. Keeping the environment clean. Just like we mentioned before, where the Prophet said, like, here's another example saying, a man, while he was taking a walk, he saw a thorn bush and he removed it from the street, and because of that act, Allah forgave his sins. So taking care of our environment is very important. We need clean air, we need clean water, we need to clean houses, we need clean streets and clean air. So like if, alhamdulillah, it's a blessing. Like if you walking down the street and then you see people's rubbish or garbage thrown in the street and it smells, you're going to be very uncomfortable, and after a while it will be a reason for illnesses to spread. So we should always try our best to keep our environment clean. Again, like what we're going through these days, there's more emphasis on being clean, but subhanAllah, our religion always taught us this from day one, that we should try and be as clean as we can. Going into the bathroom, as we said, we make a dua when we go in and we make a dua when we leave. We should be using water. It's not enough for us to just use tissue. We should use the water first. We should use our left hand in cleaning, and we shouldn't be eating or drinking or talking in the bathroom. We should make the bathroom we should try and keep the bathroom itself clean. And when we finish, we should wash our hands with water and soap. I'm sure you guys all do this, but as a reminder. Now, spiritual purity. We talked a lot about being clean from the outside or physical cleanliness. What about our hearts? The Prophet said, in the body there is a piece of flesh. If it is good, the whole body is good. If it's bad, the whole body is bad. And that piece of flesh that he's talking about is the heart. If your heart is clean and you have peace towards people, you're not having feelings of jealousy or envy or over-consumed with anger and bitterness, then that means you're clean from the inside up. However, your heart is full of those things, or you're selfish, you're full of hatred and grudge towards people, you're not going to have a good heart or a clean heart, and it's going to affect your behavior. It's going to affect how you treat people. You're going to end up falling into sin. Allah says in the Quran, إِلَّا مَنْ أَتَى اللَّهَ بِقَلْبٍ سَلِيمٍ. Allah talks about the Quran that when we come to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we should come with a pure heart. So what would you do then if someone's upset you or hurt you or done something bad to you? Okay, it doesn't mean that you can't get angry, you can't get upset, but you shouldn't be consumed, and you should try to find peace in your heart. You should try to be able to let it go and to forget and to forgive. Yes, you have the right, if the person does something bad to you, that you get your right back, and they have to pay for what they did, but you shouldn't hold on to this grudge and this hatred inside you. Try to keep our heart clean. Now, cleaning from conditions that are considered ritually impure. What does ritually impure mean? It means that you can't perform the ritual. So, for example, prayer is a ritual or a worship, right? If you are ritually impure, means that you don't have wudu. Like you're not clean the way you should be before you do that ritual. So, to pray, we need to have wudu. Most scholars say to hold the Quran, you need to have wudu. So, this is how we making wudu or ablution helps you to be ritually pure. At some times we need to have a ghusl as well, a ritual bath. This is a general, it's similar to it's like having a complete shower to be completely clean. And its purpose is to eliminate the conditions of being without ablution or with only partial ablution that prevent us from performing our worship. So as we said, it's to keep it clean to be able to do your worship. They also they have another word for it, الطهارة من الحدث, يعني, or in Arabic الطهارة من الحدث. This is cleaning for the sake of worship. Okay, wearing clean clothes and walking, يعني, you want people to see that you're clean, that you're tidy. You want people to respect you. You put a lot of emphasis on that. Like you wouldn't go to school, for example, with dirty clothes or clothes that, you try your best that you look nice and clean, and the way you wear the best you have. Standing in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is even on a higher level and is even more important. So when we come before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in prayer, we should make sure that we are wearing the best clothes we can. We're clean, we smell clean, we're standing in a clean place. We should put high importance on these things. Like some people, for example, I've seen people, especially I've seen like boys or something, they could stand in prayer wearing just their vest, like, which is considered an underwear. This is, would you go out in front of your friends wearing that? Or it's not good, it's not respectful. We should put high emphasis and respect, especially when we're doing our worship. So so this page was talking about that, like our relationship between cleanliness and worship is important for us, especially when I worship. Or for example, when we go into the Friday prayer, Prophet put a high emphasis that we should highly recommend that we take a bath or take a shower before we go to the Friday prayer, because we're standing in front of everyone, we're standing in the middle of people. We don't want to annoy people. We don't want to be smelling or sweaty or something like that. Also, as Sam said, for those who have been eating garlic and onion, they should stay away until that smell from their mouth goes. So it's important for us to pay attention to these matters. And as we said, we're clean from the outside and we're clean from the inside. Selfishness, pride, kibr, evil feelings, jealousy, hatred, we should try and purify ourselves from all of these things. Our Prophet Muhammad, what was he like? He put a great deal of attention, paid a great deal of attention to cleanliness. He washed his hands before and after every meal. When he woke up from sleep, he would wash his hands. He wouldn't go and eat anything before he washed his hands first. When he woke up for the night prayer or for the morning prayer, the first thing he would do was clean his teeth with the miswak. All the time, even before his death, he asked for them to give him his miswak so he could clean his teeth. So it was very important to him. Even when he didn't have many clothes, he could, if his clothes were ripped, he could wear them, but they had to be clean. He would never wear dirty clothes. He would tell people to put food in containers and that they should have like a lid and not leave them exposed. He told people to be careful with, like, some people, because they didn't have bathrooms like we did, so they would have to go out to the outside and go toilet. So he told them to make sure that they wouldn't be in places where they were under trees or where people would take would stay to get to be under the shade of a tree, to make sure that you're not in those places. He would not like at all to see like spitting on the street or anything like that. He always wanted everyone to dress clean and keep themselves clean, nice and clean and tidy. And he would tell people to clean their clothes. He would tell people even to brush their hair. So if you saw anyone with their hair all tangled and messed up, he would be like, you should brush your hair. You should look presentable. As a Muslim, you are representing the religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You should give the best image at all times. You're always sending a message. And you're sending a message about the religion of Allah. So you should do, each one of us is a messenger in their own way. So you need to make sure that you do your best, the best you can. There's two du'as here. Allahumma ja'alni min at-tawbin wa min al-mutatahhirin. You ask Allah, please make us from those who repent from their sins and to be one for those who are purified. ربنا نقنا من الذنوب كما ينقى الثوب الأبيض من الدنس. You ask Allah to purify us from our sins as a white garment is cleaned from filth. These are du'as we learned from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Just showing you once again how important being clean is. Okay, so we've finished, alhamdulillah. I'm going to leave your homework and write it down, and you have a week to do it from the time of the lesson, inshallah. And also, if you have any questions about anything, feel free to drop me a comment anytime. Stay safe, stay clean, stay healthy, and inshallah we'll get through this difficult time soon, and we'll meet again soon, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum, and thank you very much. about that, guys. This software only allows me to do 10 minutes at a time. So anyway, and yes, I was saying about our nails. We should be cutting our nails. Yeah, we should be doing it, like get into a habit of doing it every Friday. It'll be very nice. Clean yourself, cut your nails, have a bath, or have a shower. Make sure you're clean. You shouldn't go more than 40 days without doing it. Prophet ﷺ taught us. You have here at the top is saying cutting nails is part of primordial disposition or fitra, sunnah al-fitra, the basic natural instinct things we should do that follow our instinct. We should have clean nails, and there were other things that I mentioned, but cutting the nails is one of them. So Prophet taught us to do so. We should follow his sunnah. I know some girls like to have long nails and then they like to have nail polish and all that, but we shouldn't. We should keep our nails short so they're not gathering germs and all of that. Nail polish is a different story. Very quickly, nail polish prohibits water from reaching your nails. So if you have nail polish on and you make wudu, the water's not going to really reach your nails, so your prayer is not going to be accepted. If you make wudu and then you put the nail polish on and you pray, no problem. But when you break your wudu and go back to do wudu again, you're going to have to take it off first. Okay, moving on. Keeping the feet clean also, yes. And it's something we do when we do wudu, we wash our feet. And when you wash your feet, you're not just like washing like this. You should be doing the gaps in between the toes, making sure like your fingers are, you're putting them in between the toes, making sure there's no dirt in between. So we should always keep ourselves clean. It would be a good habit when you come back from outside, go in, as soon as you get in, make wudu, wash everything nicely and wash your feet. Keeping the body clean, again, the rest of our body, like, okay, so you're making wudu for your limbs and everything, but the rest of our body, so we should be having a shower, a bath, using soap, smelling nice. And like, I'm guessing like 2 or 3 times, you should be like 2 or 3 times a week. I'm guessing you guys do that already. Bare minimum once a week. But yeah, you guys, mashallah, are active, running around everywhere, and you need at least 2 or 3 times a week. Clean bathrooms. When we go to the bathroom itself should be clean, and we should be careful when we go in toilet. We should make sure that nothing goes on ourselves or our clothes or anything like that. Before we enter the bathroom, we say, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-khubthi wal khaba'ith. You're asking Allah to protect you from any harm or any evil in the bathroom. Just before I go to the next page, there's in that small blue box on the right side, it says, outward cleanliness is very important but not sufficient. For this reason, I must also try to purify myself from the bad feelings, thoughts, and acts that God forbids. I truly believe that God will love me more when I succeed in that. So basically, it's not just being clean on the outside, as we said, you have to be clean from the inside. You're not, so if you're like all clean and from the outside, but you're feeling really jealous towards someone, you're feeling angry, you wish bad things would happen to this person, you wish they would, okay, maybe they came in with these new shoes and you're just so jealous and you're like, oh, I wish their shoes would get lost, or I wish they would get torn. And if you're filling yourself with all of these bad feelings, then being clean from the outside is not going to help. We need to be clean from the outside and from the inside. All right, so we were saying the dua before you go in the bathroom, I seek refuge in you from dirt and filthy things. It's a protection also from the jinn in the bathroom. And when you leave the bathroom, you come out, so you enter with your left foot, you come out with your right foot. You say, غفرانك الحمد لله الذي أذهب عني الأذى وعافاني. Oh God, I seek your forgiveness and praise be to the Lord who removes from me harmful things and who gives me comfort. So, when you go to the toilet, you're relieved from the harmful things inside your body. You're getting rid of it. So you're thanking Allah for that blessing. Sometimes we don't realize even just going to the toilet, what a huge blessing that is. And people who get sick and are not able or to enter the toilet and relieve themselves, they go through misery. So we have to remember these blessings that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given. Alhamdulillah, as well, that we have clean bathrooms to go to. Some people, they don't have bathrooms at all. And some people are very, very difficult in situations where maybe they're living in tents and they have to go and hide somewhere to go toilet in the outside, or maybe there's just small hole in the ground that everyone's sharing, and everyone stands there. There are many people live in these conditions now. They have to stand in